Hello everyone, and welcome to this short video about introduction to IntelliJ and how to install it. Now, in the video that's in the description, Brendan has shown you how to install the toolbox, where it's way easier to download and manage the programming interfaces. So currently I'm downloading the ultimate version of IntelliJ. If you don't want to do that, well then you can go to jetbrains.com. In the developer tools, you can select IntelliJ and download the preference, preference you want. Once you download it and you run the program, you will have the option to boot it up, and you should be welcomed with the following window. In here, you can see your recent projects, which is a directory with all your files of the certain project. What you would like to do is hit New Project, select the latest version of the SDK interpreter. You can add additional libraries if you want. And here you will give a name for your directory. So my first program. As you can see, it displays the directory where you can find the file or all your files, and you can, move them or whatever. When you hit finish, it will start booting it up, and you should see this. On the left hand side, you see all your works in a folder. So as you can see, I am in my first program directory. I have 3 folders, and SRC, the source one, is the main one. So when you right click on it and you hover over new, you can create a new Java class. And this will be my driver. This will be my driver class. And as you can see, it appears there. On the button, we have these buttons such as the terminal, the program, the to-do, and whenever you run your main class, it will appear on the bottom, or if you run the debugger, you can also control it from the bottom window. I'll show you what I mean by that. I will make another one. This will be called my main class.class or .java. Now, in IntelliJ, we have an autocomplete feature. So if I were to type in main and I press tab, it writes the whole public static void main for me. And I can do that with many methods. Now, the biggest difference between IntelliJ and BlueJ is that in IntelliJ you cannot run individual classes. And what I mean by that, if I were to make a public static int my first function, it takes one argument, an integer argument called num, and it returns the multiple of num, right? I cannot run this. I can only run the main function. And you will see a little run button. Now the way we can access it is we click on add configuration, and we'll click on the plus sign. We want to run an application, and here you will give a name for the application, right? So I generally name it the same thing as the file I'm running. So my main class, and it will ask for what's the class I want to run, and it will only look for the main class. So as you can see, it didn't even give me the option to select my driver Java file. It only lets me select the main class. When I hit apply, and every time my main class is selected and I click the run button, it will always execute what's in here. So if I did system.out.println hello world, and I click run, it builds it, compiles it, and then this window pops up. As you can see, it printed it out. Now, similarly, I can call different functions. So if I did driver dot my first function, I put 5 in there, and I'm going to put it in a system. Oops. System.out the print line driver dot my first function and 5. Well, when I pass 5 through this, it should return 10. And it does return 10. And I think that is a pretty straightforward introduction. It's so handy, the autofill functions. And when you're finished, you can click Close Project, and it should be your most recent project in the selector.